everybody. Welcome to episode 2 of our Global Satellite Engineering podcast. Today, we are talking about real estate in space and how we developed it. So, this podcast is all about big ideas, game changing solutions, and we're bringing you insights from industry experts, real life success stories, and the latest updates on how our technology is creating impact. As always, with us, we've got Jeffrey Palmer, CEO here at Global Satellite Engineering. Jeff, we've got such amazing things happening at the moment. We're aiding wildlife in Africa. We're optimizing fleets in Europe. We're tracking rockets in space. We are keeping people in communications through critical environmental changes. Tell us about some of the latest developments from GSE and what we're busy with.
Yeah, thanks, Rene. We're always responding to customer demand and pushing the boundaries of what's feasible. And each product line has its own development team. So I'll just quickly run through the product lines. With the GSatSolar series, it's a very high demand product in a new market. There is always new firmware features coming up for the product because it is a Bluetooth product. It is a one-way transmitter. It can do a lot more in the field than just monitor location with GPS. Right, so it has an accelerometer, it has Bluetooth connectivity, we can talk to things around the GSatSolar, we can embed it in a variety of products. As it stands now, with the solar panel and lightweight design, it's really focused on being a very efficient, low reporting rate update sort of device. And we're getting a lot of industry feedback on both a variety of applications that want higher reporting rates and device packaging, the power source and supply. Really, the core technology can do any combination of it. For example, next quarter we'll be releasing the firmware updates that enable motion modes so that the device watches the accelerometer and switches between reporting rates, between a lower heartbeat based reporting rate when the unit is idle, and it switches over to a start motion event and then motion triggers that are faster reporting rates, as well as the end of motion event. That way, in the GSatTrack platform, you will have accurate and consistent fleet trip reports of this solar-powered device, operating in a lot of areas where it wouldn't normally be possible with such a small device. They can only harvest, limited amount of energy based on its footprint. Those updates also come with some additional accelerometer behaviors, counting the amount of times or the number of times that it switches between motion start and motion stop events. And those are useful for fixed assets or towable assets, where you can tell how many times, say, a generator has been started and ran. It also tracks hours so that the accelerometer has been in a motion state. So you set a threshold, and then it starts accumulating the hours, and that gets reported in a specific event. All of that is coming in the GSatSolar series early next quarter, as soon as that firmware releases out. There's just a quick note there as well. In the last 3 months, the battery size has also been nearly doubled in the new production units in the last 3 months. All the behavior that you had before, the onboard storage has doubled in capacity.
That's been really exciting for me, for a lot of our security applications and a lot of anti-poaching, where people are trying to get those increments down to hourly and to 30 minutes and to even 15 minutes. I've been stress testing that unit, and it's been performing so well at those high frequency intervals from such a small device. It's incredible.
With the caveat that the performance of the unit is directly tied to how much sun you get, right? So when you talk about a project, we always take into account, is this going into northern Canada where you'll realistically get a few positions a day that also cover over winter and dark periods, to where Rene is in an area where sun is quite prevalent, and you can really turn up the transmission rate of these devices. And then, of course, ongoing innovation in the MCG series that are in the process of developing a new Linux platform, sort of edge compute capability around the MCG series. We'll talk about that by the end of the year when we have more information about that structure that we can release. And of course, on the data processing backend, GSatTrack, we are on a very high update rates. We're pushing new features every week. We have in the back end in the development, we had sort of a logjam of merge requests and features that we're waiting for a large release of a new language and libraries to be released. And now that logjam is getting shoved through the development cycles. We have new dashboards, reports, a new map interface, map layers. There's a whole host of features that are getting piled in every week right now. So just keep up to date on the releases for the GSatTrack platform. There's really so much going on there. We'll continually push out those updates via newsletter, email, and online posts.
Thanks, Jeff. And we'll share that link in this podcast as well. So I'll push it out with the series. And these are really great innovations. I love it. These all come to life from real life requirements, people looking for solutions. And it's great that we get to provide them this data securely, safely, and so quickly. So yeah, thanks for taking us through some of those developments. Everybody watching, don't forget to share your thoughts, questions, or topics that you'd love us to cover or what you'd like to hear from us. And we'll catch you next week. Thanks, Jeff. All the best.